So now we're going to learn to set up and manage our products. You can see from the product screen that we have a potato farm test product and a potato test product. So let's say we want to add a test French fries product. So I'm going to click the add product link. Wait until the new product screen comes up, and then we add our test French fries product. Market can be home. Rest of the things are optional. I leave them and I will save. So test French fries is now my new product. I'm going to click the link for test French fries to get into the details. And the details really just show me that I have a blank slate in what I'd want to do. Now, the first thing I normally want to do is add my steps. Let's use the add step link to add at least first one. Maybe the first step would be to receive raw potatoes. And you might notice that I can actually add hazards, can save the step, I can indicate when I'm showing the assessors and validators to their customers. But I'll just save for now and come back and do everything else later if I need to. Now, once I save, I see that receiving raw potatoes is now the first step. I could go through and add the other steps, but I'm going to do it in a quicker way. There is a quick entry sheet that allows us to do things faster rather than waiting on these cloud computing times. So for the quick entry sheet, I'm going to enter a passcode. Let's call it fries. You make up your own passcode. Passcode will be to open the sheet once you get it. So I click download quick entry. And the sheet comes down. I click on the link. It asks for the passcode. I enter what I had typed in before, which is fries. I click OK. Anything I had on the product before now comes up, and I can add my other products, other steps if I need to. So let's say that the steps I want for my French fries include washing and rinsing, salt, peeling, cutting and slicing, frying, cooling, packaging, and then distributing. So I have 6 more steps to add. So let me just click the add step for 6 more products. So 6 more steps rather. So first I have wash and rinse. Then sort, peel, cut, slice. Then frying. Then cooling. Then packing. Then distributing. Now, each one of these may have hazards, ingredients, or measures. And to add a hazard, I click H, ingredient, I click I, a storage location, I click plus S. Let's say we add 2 hazards. So the first hazard could be that potatoes coming in contaminated. Another hazard could be that there might be objects embedded. So for the potatoes being contaminated, the measures I may want, let's say I may want to use an antimicrobial strip and maybe a safe disinfection if necessary. So I can add more than one measure for a hazard. So I go I might use an antimicrobial strip. And safe disinfect if necessary. For the hazard of things being embedded, I'm going to visually inspect to mitigate that. An ingredient would therefore be potatoes. I'm going to add potatoes as an ingredient. And I have the option of entering a quantity, but let me say I put something in this time. I go 50 pounds. And for storage, let's say I have a cool room. Now wash and rinse. I'm not doing anything special for that. Salt, peel, cut slice. That can stay. Frying. I may need at least two, probably three ingredients. Oil and salt are clear ingredients. I may want to use pepper also. Might be my trade secret. Click the X by accident there. The X will remove whatever you put in. And let's say the location that we're using is a stove. I'm doubling of storage, so you mean any location that might be applied. For packing, I may need bags and a cold room. So ingredients may be bags. And storage would be a cold room. And for distributing, I may need a refrigerated truck. Of course, it's just an example. If you want to put in your own hazards at each step, then you can. So I'm going to save this. And remember the name it came down with, Test French Fries, 24/7/25. So I am now going to go back to my screen and I'm going to choose the file that I just saved. Would be in my downloads folder. Here you are. And then I'm going to upload that. So you see all the steps have come in. If I go down on my receive raw potatoes, I can click edit step. I see my hazards there. I see my ingredients have come in, my storage has come in. And one of the things that you'll also note that you'll have the option to save a version. Right now we say we have version 0. So I'm going to save the first version. And that's going to make this version 1. Now, anytime I add a step or even change the sequence of steps, then that will allow me to have a new version. So when I can look at my traceability plan, which might be useful to get approval for export, etc., or from the Bureau of Standards. And from here, I am now ready to actually run my batches. So that comes next.